Already expert in all this Shastric tradition, and he continuously experimented, researched, and brought reconstruction of various forms connected to Andhra, the tradition of Indian dance of Andhra Pradesh. So today, whatever is happening in Andhra Pradesh, it is all his contribution. And it was his dream to see that these Deshi forms are revived, reconstructed, and performed and taken into the national heritage as a treasure of our Indian. This great Nataraja Ramakrishna Garu. Also, Andhra Natyam Praveena today is Natyacharya Kalakrishna. All of you know and enthralled including me, his performances representing Andhra Natyam, particularly the Navajanardhana, the entire tradition, and coming as Satyabhama. See, there is no parallel to his performance as Satyabhama. And he is continuing the legacy of his Guruji, Dr. Nataraja Ramakrishna Garu. So my best wishes to Natyacharya Kalakrishna and to all the performers who are presenting today, Andhra Natyam or Perani Natyam, and my best wishes goes to all of you and your performances. Now, let us try to understand and go into the depth of this particular tradition, which is known as Perani Natya. And what you are seeing in this picture or the slide are the sculptures on the pillars, the panel as the part of medallion, the central part of the pillar. You find these two friezes which represent the Perani Natya. And here we are seeing that Nataraja Ramakrishna Garu has revived and reconstructed the Perani Natya, and the Perani dancers today, you are seeing them performing here. And it was first time Perani Shiva Tandavam. It was given the name as Shiva Tandavam by Guru Nataraja Ramakrishna Garu, and trained some of these male dancers to perform in Ramappa temple. Because you find the sculptures, the panels in Ramappa temple performing Perani. So he felt this is the befitting tribute to the 12th century, the sculptors who have given this concept of Perani in the visual form. So you find Perani Shiva Tandavam performed at that time for so many hours in the night. Probably it was the Shivaratri. To celebrate the Shivaratri, this Perani Shiva Tandavam was organized, and it became the national heritage news. Since then, Perani became one of the important dance form of Andhra Pradesh, and also a revival. It comes under the revival of heritage form classical heritage form of Indian dances. So these are another sculpture from the Perani sculpture from Ramappa temple. So this is not a major panel which you find here. It's not a major panel. It is under the Chitraputrika, that is the Madanika, the bracket figure what you see in Ramappa temple. One of the bracket figure, the below, the feet movement of the bracket figure is so interesting, and below that you find a panel representing Perani. So usually you see that there will be definitely three dancers wearing the bells, that is gejje, what we call it as. So those gejje will go up to the ankle. So from the shank to ankle, it is like a almost 1 feet. Gejje has to be tied on the leg. So this one feature, from that feature you understand it is the Perani. I'll explain you why it is given so much of importance. And another feature is you see that these Perani dancers will have the chamara or the fly whisk in their hands. So they dance with the fly whisk in one hand or a danda in one hand, and there will be other musicians around. So this is how the sculptors have composed the Perani panels. So in Ramappa temple we find 3 panels like that, 2 on the interior part of the Ramappa temple. In the central Rangabhumika portion there are 4 exclusive pillars in Ramappa, and there you see the 2 panels on the pillar, and this one is outside, that is the under the panel of the bracket figure. You find this small panel. Many times people don't notice that it is Perani dance form. So this is one good discovery we were able to find out. So now let us see Perani Natya. What is the historical references for this? What are the treatises which talk about Perani? And how we see in the sculptures and how it is in the practicing tradition of present days. So I am going to give you some of these research part of the content on Perani. So the treatises explain about Perani. The very first, 9th century Bharatarnama. So Nandikeshwara's Bharatarnama mentions about Perani. Then Sangeeta Ratnakara in 12th century, Manasollasa in 12th century, and Nritta Ratnavali, that is from the vicinity or from the Warangal area, which was written by Jayasenapati. It is in 13th century, and all the other texts mentioned here, Sangeeta Samayasara, Sangeeta Damodara, Sangeeta Saramrita, Bharatakalpa,